Today I really wanted to talk about something that I have talked about before, but those videos got muted. Very specifically, I wanted to talk about character association when it comes to instruments for character themes in RWBY. I think it's without saying that in most cases we can associate a character and their theme with an instrument. Weiss usually has some kind of orchestral or ornamental piano playing when her theme is brought up. Blake also has piano, but it's more gentle, and Yang usually has a slightly muted or overdriven guitar. The thing I want to talk about today is RWBY's instrumental association, that being acoustic and electric guitar. Today, however, we will be focusing on the electric guitar. Now, at first glance, you might be a bit confused, because electric guitar is in a lot of songs that don't have to do with RWBY specifically, but it is a constant that is throughout her themes. This guitar differs from the one that is used for Yang's. Instead of it being overdriven and muted, it's usually clean and full of sound. It rings out longer. And there is one song that I think uses it very cleverly that I don't see many people talk about. This song being Trapdoor from the Volume 9 soundtrack. Why do I mention this specific song? After all, it's just one of the extra songs that's on the soundtrack that doesn't even play in the show itself. Which is why it's so easy to miss if you don't listen to the soundtrack in its full. I didn't even know this song existed until I went digging to try to listen to the rest of the songs that I hadn't before. This song, since it's not really obvious from the title, follows RWBY during episode 8 in the tea party scene. It follows her mindset and eventual fall. This song is a masterclass on using themed instruments. The first thing we hear when the song starts to play is a synth. It kind of sounds wobbly, and it plays for a few seconds before getting added on to by a very melodic synth. An interesting thing about this little intro that I won't really dwell on, but I just wanted to kind of mention, when the melody synth drops in, and you listen to the notes that feel like they're coming from the top of the track, you can kind of hear what sounds like brief breathing. Which makes sense if this is RWBY trying to regain her bearings. Casey tends to use ambience, whether that be vocal or otherwise, in most of the songs in Volume 9. I personally find it extremely interesting. Moving forward, though, the guitar cuts in when the vocals do. As I've mentioned before, the kind of guitar that usually is representative of RWBY is very clean, and in most cases kind of seems to be an underscore of a feeling of hope. Trapdoor is also a bit deceiving and in its melodic production because it sounds really positive. The melody around the vocals is rising and constantly fluctuating in a major key, which usually makes you think of happiness or excitement. However, the vocal performance is the opposite, fluctuating between lower notes in a major to minor key. RWBY is unsure of herself. She is slowly becoming broken down, Notice how the guitar is present during the first chorus.
Don't need me anymore, no, you don't see me anymore. I try my best to eat the floor, but I can't get past the door.
And absent during the second chorus, replaced only by the synth.
Don't need me anymore, no, you don't see me anymore. I try my best to eat the floor, but I can't get past the door. You don't need me anymore, no, you don't see me anymore. I'm alone in this war. I am a trapdoor.
And slowly, ever so surely, the guitar just disappears. Soon every ounce of melody falls away, the only thing emphasizing it being a kick drum, playing a very specific kind of beat.
Watch it all unfold as I cast me below. Frozen in the darkest moment, I can't bear the weight.
Sounds familiar, right? It sounds a bit like a heartbeat played like this, and soon even that stops, and we are just left with piano.
Frozen in the darkest moment, I can't bear the weight.
RWBY fell, and the music followed suit, and we are left with silence. That's how the song ends. Silence. It is a perfect representation of what RWBY goes through in this episode, and the fact that a single song can go through the emotions that we are set out for in this moment is really, really impressive.